about fit out in terms of doing fit outs and those sort of places?
In my experience, shopping centres want you to refix your shop every 3 or 4 years, and that I understand could be anywhere between 150 and 200,000.
And in terms of that, do they want the whole place refurbished, or is it just...
The whole place.
So it has to look completely different?
The whole place, including the floor tiles.
According to Andrew Falcone, it's a case of buyer beware for Dan and Sharon Henriksen, who are considering opening another cafe deli in a shopping centre.
It's a tough game because everything is expensive, starting from rental, overheads, manning levels. They will drag you down if you're not careful.
A lot of businesses go out of business when they're in an expansion stage because they lose track of their cash flow.
Dan and Sharon have applied for an unsecured loan to finance a new cafe and are keen to find out the finer details from Arnie Selvaraja, General Manager of Local Business Banking in New South Wales.
An unsecured loan is a loan that we might provide to a small business without necessarily taking any security of a property or a family home.
OK, what about lending then from the perspective of unsecured loans?
At the Commonwealth Bank, we're now much more focused on helping small businesses. We know that small businesses are quite concerned about always tying up security of their family home, for example, when they borrow money. We are very focused on looking through the business and understanding where your business is going. And if we can see that there are sustainable cash flows and the business is profitable and has been profitable for a period of time, we're very comfortable to lend you money on an unsecured basis.
With the current accounts, we've just consolidated. We had quite a few accounts and we brought them into just the 2 working accounts. Is that working well for you at the moment?
Local business banker Catherine Black is a familiar face at Manning Street Deli. Apart from being a big fan of their coffee, she's also simplified Dan and Sharon's banking, rolling all their accounts into one, made easily accessible on NetBank.
I find when I'm talking to clients on the phone, I do learn about the business, but when I come out and actually see it, it gives me a much better idea of the business. And then when I go back to do applications for them, it makes it much stronger because I've been out, I've seen the business, I've seen that there's customers here all the time, and I know more about them personally as well.
Catherine has also organised an automatic overdraft facility for when cash flow is tight, and when there is any surplus cash, the funds go into a high-yielding interest account.
Just in regards to those 2 points, with the high interest account, that earns you interest once you've got 10,000 and up. So just to remember, with that balance, that's when you start making the interest. So it's probably a good idea to keep roughly that balance in that account to gain that benefit from it.
The Henriksens are in the process of working out cash flow projections, having found a potential site in a major shopping complex.
How do we go about making the application and making all those figures available so that you can see, right, I know this is coming, rather than just me telling you that?
We'll take this as a basis, this store. So we'll look at how you're going with the store. We'll make notes on your name in the area. You know, you've got that reputation in the area. We'll put that down to help the application. And then the projections, we'll get information from Westfield to help with those. And then we'll take all those figures and take them into account, as well as your experience, both of your experience you've had experience in Sydney and things such as that. So we'll take all of that into account in the application.
So what we have here, Andrew, is our retail section. So we have a lot of gourmet produce, and we're also about to move into a lot of merchandise and kitchenware.
Dan and Sharon are looking for some objective input about the shop layout, so they've got Andrew Christou on board for some advice.
Over this side, this is sort of where we're looking for a little bit more advice on where we could improve things.
I would go, like, box those off, have a little bit of a ledge here.
Sure, so like as in cut it off.
Finish that off, have these sit probably up like that.
Right, yep.
If you like. You know, just makes
So use that tile strip along there.
Yeah, use that tile strip, make it look coordinated, so it looks all in proportion.
What about in regards to this area here?
This area here, I'll open that area up because your coffee, and I'll actually bring cakes down this end because usually your cakes and your coffees always
complement each other.
They complement each other.
Okay.
You know, and you have that because that's like a little dead spot around that area there.
Okay.
The other thing to think about is to make sure you have enough cash flow projections in your business so you know where you're going to be at any point in time. It's always easier to negotiate or to talk to the bank when you're in control of your cash flow rather than leaving it too late when you're in need of cash.
Coming up, banking the 21st century way. It's not just about technology.